All right. Okay. Hey, we're here today at day 23 of Readiness. This is Paul over here at Freight Connect. I'm at 816-703-8431, 816-703-8431. And we have a few different ways you can check us out online. You can go to fr8connect.com or you can go to elevatefr8.com. And there's some other stuff that we're going to be putting out. And like I said, I've been working on some things. Really excited about it. Was excited about it today. We're working on the back end of what we are working on, some technical stuff, and I'm learning. So it's really interesting that how it's all coming about. So I hope that it comes out the way I want it to, because I'm no expert at this. But I tell you what, I'm really surprised um, at what's coming about. So I hope to share that with you guys soon. A couple of things. I did my run tonight. I feel really good. I got out there and I actually I did my best. I had my best time today for my route, and I went. What it was I was I was hoping to break it. I was hoping to do better than my best time today, but today wasn't to be that day. But I really pushed myself because I wanted to take a break and walk a bit. But I said, no, 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 no. We're gonna go through those walls. We're gonna make it through those walls, no matter how we feel. And we did that. That's what we did today. So I felt good about it. So I've had this best time twice in these last 23 days. And I'm sure at some point I'll break that, especially probably when the weather gets warmer, because man, this weather today was 24 degrees tonight, actually. So that was cold. I didn't expect it to feel as cold as it did. I don't know if there was a slight wind or what, but I had the gloves on from the start and my hands felt cold. It was cold out. So be careful while you're out there. Put on gloves, hat, layer up, do whatever it is you have to do. Stay hydrated, and be safe. Look out for others, and just be safe, please. There is another storm that's supposed to be passing through, but I think it's gonna pretty much hinder the northwest, or I'm sorry, northeast. Well, it's going to start in the southeast, and then it'll pass on to the northeast. So we may not get that, but I think there's more cold air that's going to be coming. So the country is going to be blanketed with more cold air through this weekend. It's already Friday. I can't believe it. So they're going to get that cold air. And this time, Florida, it looks like Florida is going to be a part of that. So Florida is going to be able to be a part of the party this time. I think before they were like 60 to 80 degrees, as this storm passed through. But I think they're going to find themselves dipping close to freezing, in the mid 30s as you go further south in Florida. So the northern part of Florida is going to really feel it. And I think that area coming into the Carolinas, that's where there's going to be this, they call it a nor'easter, nor'easter. Yeah. So I don't know exactly what that means. If that means that there's this pocket of cold air that comes from the north and it meets up with some warmer air that's in the east. And then you have this thing going on, this system, and it's a pocket of cold air. And then it just travels up the north. And they're going to have I don't know what they call it, some kind of blast or whatever. I forget what that is. I'm not a weather guy, right? But there's supposed to be, as you go up the north, they're going to possibly feel some extra winter. So be careful in those areas, and anywhere you travel. It doesn't matter whether it's warm out or not. All right, so be careful. Yeah, man, they're supposed to get snow, wind, rain. That's what I'm hearing. So I guess that the ice has got to be in there somewhere. So be careful. All right. Um, when I work out, I tend to think better. There's where some people go get away from everything just to relax. right? And they're able to think better. Well, for me, I do like to get away and relax. I just don't do it enough. But the little bit that I do get away, or when I have moments that I'm able to get away, if I'm working out, that definitely is a moment where I'm away from everything, right? It's just, I feel like I'm in my element and I feel um, just comfortable, you know? So I'm able to think better. Um, when I sleep, I tend to come up with some really, really good ideas, but by the time I wake up, I've forgotten every last one of them, right? I used to put a pen and pad next to my bed. I used to write it down, and that is smart to do. I didn't do that very long, but that is something smart to do because you'll be amazed by what it was that you were thinking at the time. And good, bad, and different is just, I think, a really good practice. I don't do that, but I think I should do that. But I need to start sleeping in order to for that to take place. Um, and then also when I take a shower, for some reason it's just soothing, and I just tend to think really well. It's so funny. I would go work out, and they would have a board that would have riddles on it, and I tell them, "Hey, I'll come back with the answer." And lo and behold, I come back with the answer when I start working out, either while I'm working out and I start thinking about it, or when I take a shower and the answers just come. It's amazing how that works. So, any rate, I was out running and I was just thinking, again, the thing that is so amazing is that you can come up with an idea, and when you put it into action, doesn't matter what the idea is, whether it involves a relationship or it involves, business or something personal, whatever that is, you can be all gung ho about it. But when you put it into action, you know, that idea that you have, I find that super fascinating. I find it so super, I find it like fascinating where if you are in a situation, you can come up with an idea out of a bad situation, whatever that might look like. There's that song, I got 99 problems. Well, the way I look at it is I've got 99 opportunities and a problem ain't one, you know, because you can look at situations, you can look at, I remember people used to come to me when I was operating at this big brokerage or any wherever it might have been that I was working for a company, and they would have a problem. They would come to me, Paul, I got a problem. I said, no, you have a challenge. What is it? Because there's an opportunity to grow out of that, right? And that's just the way I look at it. I looked at every challenge that they came to me with. It was a challenge. It wasn't a problem. No matter what it looked like, it was an opportunity in it. So it was kind of like, okay, let's sit down and figure it out. Let's do this. Let's work together and figure it out. And that is what I think about it. I've gone 23 days, and I could look at it in a different way. And I could have been like, man, it sucks. The weather sucks. And I could deal with it from that perspective that I have this challenge that I had challenge, or it's a problem. This weather is such a problem. It's making it so hard for me. And then next thing I know, I've worked out 3 days, and that fourth day was just so cold, and I didn't go for it. Now here I sit at day 23, and I've worked out 3 4 days, and probably didn't even really give it that much of an effort on that third or fourth day. And obviously, it's a thing of where, hey, do I really want to do this or not? We can look at it from that standpoint. That's fine, but I'd rather not, you know, because if this is something that I had put into my mind, my spirit that I wanted to do, then that's what I need to figure that out. I need to jump on it. And sometimes it's just a matter of just doing it. Even if we don't want to do it, you just do it, right? Eventually that becomes a thing for you. the actual doing it. And I see that so much in our industry, that there are opportunities that exist, and that can be it can be there's a lot of different opportunities that exist, and one of them can be taking my business from having this type of portfolio, as clients, to moving it to another level, to being able to change what my portfolio looks like, which could have a major impact in your business. It's just one thing, but we have that opportunity every day to sit down and look at our business. Doesn't have to be long. It can be 5 minutes at the end of the day, right? It could be 10 minutes. Have an opportunity to reflect. I would challenge you to find out what is it that you enjoy doing that allows you to reflect, right? To calm down and to relax, so that you have the opportunity to think about your business, so that you have an opportunity, so that you can think clearly and confidently about your business, no matter what happened throughout the day, you know, no matter what happened throughout the day. And then allow yourself to go with it, to go with it mentally. And it may be a challenge to not go to the negativity, but work on it day one. Put it on your calendar. All right, this is what I'm going to do. Here's the parameters. Here's the boundaries, right? Here are the boundaries. And I'm going to do this day one, day two, day three. Has nothing to do with weather. The weather is not going to stop me from doing this. Not only is it not going to stop me, it doesn't matter what happened throughout the day. I'm going to take time out. If it's me going into, my office, if it's me turning on certain type of music, if it's me taking a walk, I like doing that. I used to take 2 hour walks, 2, 3, 4 hour walks. And I would just listen to, I guess you could say, podcasts. I didn't even know what that they were back in the day. That's what they were called. But I think this is probably even pre-podcast. But I would just listen to stuff, and then I would just start thinking, right? And so take that time and find your happy place, and just allow yourself to think, allow yourself to be present and engage with those moments. And the more that you do that, you string them along, it's going to be 23 days at some point in time, from when you start to day 23. Those days are going to come no matter what you do, whether you do it or not. The day doesn't care what you do in it. It doesn't. The day, it exists, but it doesn't care what you do. You can plant a seed, you can plant it deep, you can decide to water it, to nurture it, and watch it grow, or you can allow it to the land to turn dry and crack, and don't worry about it. And by day 23, we have no growth. But if we decided, put a little muscle into it, there you go. You have something that is coming along, right? And the more we do it, then the more we prosper. All right. So in our business, there's opportunity to be able to take that time aside and actually just reflect on the business, where you are, where you want to be. And you don't have to, I mean, like, if some negative things start coming up, I don't know, some kind of way, I'm sure that's a good topic, but you're going to have to figure out how to deflect those, right? And the more that you do that, the more you're going to find yourself naturally deflecting those things. Doesn't mean that they're not going to creep up, you know. It may get less and less and less, but with that, there's an opportunity now, room to think positive about your business and about different things and learn some things and be able to really grow in your business. And because it is a business, there's no other way to say that. But yeah, and I just hope that you guys are looking at it as 2026. We're still in January, and pretty soon, I guarantee you, we are going to be in February, and next thing we know, we're going to be in August. We're going to look back. Do not allow this industry to take control of you. Look back so you can look back on intention. What did I do this year intentionally? What did I do myself? How did I put myself in a position to win this year? Here I am. It's August. It's not too late. Let me go ahead and put some things into play. Let me get this mind in the right spot, right? And when you do that, you're going to find yourself in a different spot than than you would have been. And then there's going to be December, and it's going to start all over again. It's already the 28th. Wow, it's the 29th of January. That's crazy. We have only 2 days left in this month. And that's 2026. Wow. So, hey, enjoy these last 2 days. One of the things is that businesses, they try to get freight off the dock at the end of the year. So there's people that you can reach out to them, shake a hand and introduce yourself, make that day one, right? Then put a 30-day plan into play. All right. What's going to be the next thing that you're going to do when it comes to that person that you shook hands with, when it comes to that business? What are the next 30 days going to look like for you? Okay. So we're not talking about taking over the world. We're not talking about taking over all their freight. What is the goal? What are you trying to accomplish? Are you just trying to accomplish being able to develop relationships? Great, do that, right? But 30 days, make it a 30-day habit. Get into shake a lot of hands. While you're there, it's going to come and go. If you're going to go to a place, make a pickup, make a friend. I'm not saying you guys don't do it, but be conscious of it, because there's a next step. What do I do after that, right? Be intentional. When I shake a hand, when I say hi, there's a reason why I smiled and showed all the teeth. There's a reason why I didn't smile. There's a reason why I said a certain thing. There's a reason behind all the things that you do. Some people be like, no, it's not being authentic. Okay, you do what you want to do. I don't call it not being authentic. I call it growth, right? Grow. That's what you want to do. So when you're out and you shake a hand, that's growth. When you are out and you say hello to people, that's growth. When you go out there and extend yourself, that's growth. When we do things that we are not comfortable doing, I'm not talking about bad things. When we do things when we are trying to grow, expand, stretch, feels good sometimes, right? Sometimes when we stretch, it feels, I'm so stiff. That's because we're used to a certain way. You can have a football player that goes out there and he does this tackling every day, and he's got his aches and pains, and right. But when he goes out there and he gets on the track field, that's something he's not used to. And so he's got to move and stretch in a completely different way. You see? So, just because we think we're good and we're in shape and all that stuff, if we want to see something different come about, we have to do different things, right? So this is not a lecture or anything like that. Please trust me, because like I said, when, I think about these things and I think about it for me as well. So these are things that I work to do. Um, I'm working on communicating with a different type of audience, and it's stretching me because I've got to learn that audience, right? And it stretches me so much because I'll have it like, let's say tonight I'm studying, and then by tomorrow, tonight I might think, I've got it. I understand this audience. I can talk their language. Nope. Next day, it's back to my old, I'm not going to say, well, habits, I guess, but I have to continue to do that. I have to continue to work on that. Just like learning a language or anything, you know. I mean, everybody knows that, but sometimes we need a reminder when we are in a whole different setting, right? So I'm done talking about that, and actually, I'm done. So you guys tonight have a great night. Be safe. Look out for each other, and we shall see you on the other side tomorrow being Friday. All right. Take care. God bless.